Greetings YouTube, Crad here. Today I want to talk to you about a collaboration between a Russian knife company, Shirogorov, and a knife maker from Waipahu, Hawaii, Tom Mayo. This is called the Russian Dr. Death. Since very few knives in this price range actually come with a proper box, I figured I'd show you a little bit of the packaging here, although I've already had the knife out of the box. Comes kind of spring-loaded in here with some cardboard. And it's wrapped in a nice microfiber cloth featuring the Shirogorov logo. So you can use this cloth to keep your knife clean. Let's take a look at the knife here itself. They had a version that is all titanium. This version is carbon fiber on one side, titanium on the other. Comes in Vanex 37 steel for the blade, so very hard-wearing super steel, modern super steel. I'll talk to you a little bit about this knife. So I originally entered a lottery with Recon 1, a knife dealership ran by Sacco and Tamar. I might be pronouncing those names wrong. I apologize if I am, guys. Back in 2015, that's when they initially started selling the all-titanium version of the Russian Dr. Death. I was just polled about a week ago, winning the opportunity to buy the current version, which is the carbon fiber titanium Dr. Death. And I immediately jumped on the opportunity. This is a very cool knife. I have wanted a custom Mayo Dr. Death for a long time. Tom's actually somebody that I know from my time living in Hawaii. So, as many of you may know, getting a knife directly from Tom is no easy feat. He doesn't make terribly many custom knives. And the secondary market prices for a custom Mayo are generally astronomical. So this Shirogorov collaboration may be more obtainable than a custom Mayo for most people. I really like the kind of milled design on the titanium on the backside of the knife. Has a really nice grippy texture to it. It was originally bead blasted and then tumbled, kind of giving it a really clean finish, but not one that's going to show marks and snail trails as badly as just a regular bead blasted finish would. You can see that it has a steel lock bar insert. While we're taking a look at that, check out the inside of this knife. It is extremely milled out. That is a thing of beauty. If you like light knives, this knife is light. 3.18 ounces. Between the carbon fiber and the milled out titanium, the signature Mayo holes and the handle contribute greatly to that lightness, I'm sure. Comes with a titanium backspacer, custom hardware. You can see the Mayo and Shirogorov logos both on the Vanex 37 blade. It is deceptively large. It really feels like a small knife when it's in your hand. You don't think that you have, a terribly large knife. It's like, this is a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be when you actually hold it. However, it actually has a 3.875 inch blade. For comparison, the Big Bodega has a 3.75-inch blade. This knife ostensibly is much larger than the Russian Dr. Death. In most regards, however, the blade is actually going to be quite a bit longer. Well, I say quite a bit. I'm exaggerating. It is going to be noticeably, however, longer than the Russian Dr. Death. So lining the hilts up there. Take a look at that. I know the angle's not the greatest here, but you can see what I'm talking about. Going butt to butt, the Bodega is still the longer knife, which just means that the Russian Dr. Death is a little bit more efficient in its use of blade to handle ratio. See, it actually comes all the way to the end of the handle and is kind of nestled in a little cutout in the titanium backspacer there. It comes with a sculpted titanium clip, also featuring a Mayo hole. The blade rides on bearings, so it deploys very smoothly. It has a solid detent, you know, there's no blade wobble, nothing like that. It's not a terribly strong detent, though. Now, that's not to say that there's anything wrong with it. I'm sure a lot of people actually kind of prefer it like this. But I prefer a really kind of heavy detent, where by the time that you actually put enough force behind the blade to break the blade free, there's no way you're not going to get a full deployment. With this knife, if you try to light switch it, every once in a while you might not get a full blade deployment because the detent isn't that firm. You know, it kind of breaks free on you. However, if you're push buttoning, I have never failed to get a full lockup with a push button style deployment for the flipper tab there. I do know that the Chinese have started copying this knife, so if you do look for one of these, just ensure that you're buying it from a reputable source, just to ensure that you're not getting a fake. I don't know how good of a job they're doing, if there are certain tells that you can look for, but I'm sure you could find that kind of information out. Just kind of dead giveaway things, differences between this and the Chinese version. Haven't really looked into it, but I do know that they exist. So be aware. Let me know if you have any questions, and thank you for watching.